Hi, my name is Jordan Gillis, and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I came to Axiom Chiropractic after years and years of feeling discomfort, pain, downright disability, all the way to uh, whatever you want to call it. There was a lot of things wrong. I'm a fairly active guy. I like to work out. I like to play sports. Baseball and softball have been a passion of mine. And a lot of times I was playing despite the pain, despite the hurt. It would it would take after especially after playing a game or whatnot. If I played a morning baseball game or a morning softball game, I would have to take dozens of ibuprofen to be able to walk later that day. And I kind of thought that was normal. Well, at least it was normal to me. I had some issues uh, growing up with hip pain and whatnot. And I just like, well, that's kind of my lot in life, so that's fine. As I had two kids, just like any other dad who's starting off, I gained a lot of weight and kind of put it on. I had quit baseball at that point, moved on to 100% just softball. I was less active. And so my oldest now was getting into sports and I wanted to coach him and I wanted to be an example. So I started running. And running hurt every morning. It just hurt. It was a problem. So I would do my best to stretch and get everything. Losing weight was a big thing, and I had lost like 45 pounds. The pain didn't go away. So finally, I was getting ready to go on a vacation, and I was talking to some friends, and I had tried chiropractic care before. I had tried it several times, and it's never really gotten me anywhere. And so I was like, well, whatever. I had known Dr. Wubin from college, and I felt like I could at least trust him to get, to shoot me straight. So we went in, and right before the vacation, I was hoping to get an adjustment and at least get the pain that hadn't gone away in a couple of weeks to go away, and I didn't get that, and that was frustrating. But he sold me a promise of pain going away forever. So reluctantly, we went forward and did that. Uh, I wasn't sure at first. I was confident that I could fulfill my end of the bargain, but I wasn't sure if Dr. Wooten could fulfill his. Push come to shove, after 2 months of treatment, the pain was almost completely gone. My function had improved to the point where I needed to relearn how to do things that I had been doing my entire life. I've swung baseball bats, thrown softballs, I've kicked soccer balls, everything. I had to relearn how to do it because I didn't have to compensate for this lack of motion that I had been experiencing for what I have to assume is my entire life, at least from what I can remember. This was eye opening. And then there would be the times where, for an all day softball tournament, I'd be getting done with the tournament or even in the middle of the tournament and be like, okay, I got to keep running. I got to keep moving because otherwise I'll lock up. Like the body will just lock up. And that didn't happen. I remember the first tournament that I played where literally all day I looked at my ibuprofen bottle and I didn't need to touch it. And that was, I mean, it almost brought me to tears. Like if I hadn't literally been around all my friends, I probably would have cried that day because it was just so powerful. And I, I never complained about pain. I mean, people could see me walk with a limp from time to time, or they'd see me struggle to move. And people are pretty kind, honestly, about some of that stuff, and they wouldn't point that out. And that was okay. But so I don't know because I didn't complain about it. I didn't use it as an excuse. I always pushed through it. So I don't know if they would have how they would have reacted. Have been like, "Oh my God, you guys, I don't feel any pain. I can run. I can do whatever." And it's been 8 hours of playing softball, and I still feel great. And I think they would have said, "That's great. You're a 32-year-old man that has that is you're skinny and in shape and everything else is great. Why wouldn't you feel fine?" I think that would have been lost on people. So that's something I can do since coming is I can do I can play with my kids. I can coach sports. I can literally do any physical activity. And now, at, around 18 months later, when I'm coming up on 2 years in July, I don't even think about prepping myself for the wave of pain and discomfort. It doesn't even cross my mind anymore. And it's such a beautiful thing. When I got this email, I had to reflect back on it, and it helped me reappreciate the struggle I've been through, but at the same time, how easy it was to forget the struggle. And that's great. Like it wasn't something that's like, oh my gosh, I should have done this so many years ago. I'm glad I got it done now. It's made a difference. It's truly something that I've shared with everybody. I've shared my story several times. I'm incredibly confident sharing it. I truly believe in everything I have done everything that Dr. Wubin has asked of me. Some days better, some days worse, but for the most part, I stay true to the plan. All the hope I can give is that if you are feeling something, if you just don't feel right, I I believe you just have to try it. I, I literally thought I had some sort of leg condition where I was born with a slight limp, and the limp would get exaggerated when I was exhausted. I had gone to doctors. Surgery was never really an option because nobody could ever tell me what was wrong. It was just that's the way you were born, and that's how God made you, etc. That's not right, and it wasn't. And Dr. Wupin helped me prove that through adjustments, through working hard, through stretching, and through just believing that there can be something better. I I am back at 33 years old now, going on 34, in what I still call like the best shape of my life. It's truly inspirational. I I don't have anything else much to say other than I believe that everybody should try it out. And if you I believe if you don't give it your all, you might not get the same results. But it doesn't take that much effort. It just takes the habit of waking up and going through the process of one step at a time. How can you improve one step at a time? Going and getting your chiropractic care a lot of times improve things so much, and we're like taking huge leaps at a time. But when I was at home, one step at a time. I don't want to go to the gym that day, or I don't want to do this that day, or I want to eat whatever that day. Sometimes that was okay. One step at a time. Move it forward. How if I'm going to eat that crappy food, or if I'm gonna lay around all day, how am I gonna make up for that later? And it's not a punishment. It's just how can I afford myself to not do that? And that's just one step at a time. And it has worked so powerfully well to the point where now I see Dr. Wubin every 3 weeks. I look forward to my adjustments. Sometimes I need them more often than not, but for the most part, I go in feeling really good. I come out feeling good. And I'm in the maintenance part of making sure that I don't slip back into what I can't even remember feeling anymore. And that's really powerful. So, again, my name is Jordan Gillis. I believe in Axiom Chiropractic. It was whatever sent me there, other than knowing Dr. Wubin. Praise God. Thank you. I hope this helps somebody else.